Sens Talk is proud to be powered by Ottawa Interlock Repair for the 2025-26 Sens season. For all your interlock needs, visit interlockrepair.com. Sens win! The Sens win! 3-2 over the San Jose Sharks to start off an incredible 4 out of 4 points on a 7-game road trip. Ladies and gentlemen, your Ottawa Senators have gotten points in 13 of their last 15 games. They've won 5 of their last 7. Your Ottawa Senators are a wagon. They get it done no matter what is thrown at them. They just find a way every single time. Without the captain, no problem. Without Chabot, no problem. Inconsistent special teams, no problem. Bad goaltending at times, no problem. This team is a scrappy team, and they always find a damn way. They found a way again today as your Ottawa Senators win 3-2 over the San Jose Sharks in Fabian Zetterlund's return to San Jose. And you knew what was going to happen. Zets, who has struggled this year, let's just say, might have got the monkey off his back tonight with a big shot. Speaking of that, not only him is playing against a former team, but Osipchuk and Gaudette also are playing against the Ottawa Senators for the first time since, of course, leaving or getting traded out of Ottawa. So, a bit of a reunion night for your Ottawa Senators and the San Jose Sharks. Now, a couple of lineup notes before we get into the game recap. Lassie Thompson sent down. Oli Lykesell waived. Chabot off the IL. Yes, Chabot Shalom, baby. Tom Chabot is back in the lineup, and we'll talk about it in the postgame notes. He might not be back for long. Hopefully, that's not the case, but he's back, and that's great news. But other than that, nothing else to talk about in the pregame notes. So with that, bum, 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 bum. Best theme song in sports, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. And I'm still getting over this flu, so not easy to go non-stop rant there for 2 minutes. My voice might be raspy for the rest of this video, but who cares? It was worth 1,000 electric intro if I don't say so myself. Now, Ottawa going into this game is 4-1-3. For the first time since 2016-17, the Ottawa Senators are above 500 in November. What happened in 2016-2017, ladies and gentlemen? Just saying, not a bad year to bring up. Other than the ending, I just ruined it, never mind. We'll move on, but you know my point. That's a good year to reference for your Ottawa Senators. A lot of good happened that year. Ottawa, obviously, 4-1-3, have gotten points in 7 out of those 8 games as well. So a great stretch so far in November. And overall, for your Ottawa Senators to start the year, we're obviously a quarter way into the year now. And again, we're tied for first in the Atlantic after tonight's game. We'll talk about that in the game notes, but my goodness. Are the Ottawa Senators a wagon? Are the Ottawa Senators a cup contender? These are questions we have to ask. Now, am I biased? Maybe, but we have to ask the questions nonetheless. So with that, let's get to the first period of play. And 90 seconds in, it's not looking good for your Ottawa Senators as the Sharks appear to strike first to make it 1-0. What a pass by Celebrini to Will Smith in the slot. No chance for Allmark. Luckily, though, the King, Mike King, the Senators video coach, one of the best in the NHL. There's a reason Team USA always calls for services at international competitions. Notices it's offside. When the Sens challenge, it's almost always called back because, again, we have one of the best video coaches in the NHL. And yes, it's called back. So no goal. And then 6 minutes later, puck don't lie. Sens strike first. Jake Sanderson absolutely shoves Kurashev down. Draws a power play. I'm going to keep it PG, but he basically made Kurashev his little brother. We'll just keep it PG for the show. So a great sequence there, because after that, he gets an assist on the opening goal for your Ottawa Senators as Tim Stützle finds Dylan Cousins in the slot on the power play to make it 1-0 Ottawa. Tim Stützle extends his point streak against San Jose to 8 games in a row, and Cousins has 8 goals on the year. He had 16 goals last year in a full season. He has 8 already this year in a quarter of a season. Dylan Cousins, baby. Let's go. As Ottawa scores first. When they do so, they are 5-2-1 on the season. However, 10 minutes later, with about a few minutes left in the first period of play, unfortunately, Hodgson would go to the box for hitting too hard. I will argue with you all day that should not have been even considered to be, a major penalty. But, I don't like it being a minor penalty, but it was. I can see it. His elbow wasn't tucked in fully. The height advantage is like 7-inch difference there. I mean, ultimately, this is hockey. Hits like that are going to happen, but they wanted to call it. It's technically a penalty, and Sometimes those are going to be called, right? And it was, and unfortunately it does cost the Ottawa Senators, as Klingberg on the power play would tie it up at 1 apiece with a shot that goes through Ullmark and through some bodies as Ollie was screened. That is the first low-danger goal that Ullmark has allowed in the last 8 games, as Ottawa and the Sharks are tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play. Shots are 6-5 in favor of San Jose, and the power play for the Sharks in that period had a 33% rate, going 1 for 3. Ottawa had 3 penalties, 2 of which were definitely penalties. There was one that Osipchuk was tripped up. He looked like he dove. That probably should have been an offsetting minor kind of situation, but hey, you know what? Ultimately, who cares, right? But that's just what I have in my notes here. Now, before we get to the second period of play, I want to give a quick shout out to Dylan Puckniak and Keller Williams Sports and Entertainment for sponsoring Sens Talk, as Sens Talk is proudly presented by Dylan Puckniak, Ottawa's exclusive realtor with Keller Williams Sports and Entertainment. Providing a bilingual real estate service that serves the Ottawa Gatineau community, Dylan Puckniak is also specialized in supporting professional athletes that come and go in our city, providing a service that takes care of the people at the highest level. For a realtor experience that puts you and your needs first, visit www.dpre.ca to find out more today. So let's get to the second period of play. And the Ottawa Senators, whether they're up or down or tied, they just play their game. And that's what I love about this team. They've matured so much, especially after a great year last year and some playoff experience. And most of all, they don't get rattled easily. And that is, again, obviously maturity, but that's something that we haven't seen a lot for your Ottawa Senators. Sure, they're the cardiac Sens. Do not get it twisted. They absolutely get the heart pumping, that's for sure. But they always find a way to get it done because they're confident in themselves. And they should be. Look around that locker room. They should be confident. That is, firstly, an elite locker room for many reasons, but also just on the ice. I mean, they are good hockey players. And we see that here because, sure, the Sharks would score here, but after that, it was all Ottawa. But we'll talk about the goal quickly for the Sharks. 8 minutes in, Stützle gets stripped off the puck in the neutral zone as the power play expires. He needs to be stronger on the puck there. Ullmark gives up a huge rebound. Eller is caught in no man's land, and Wenberg's backhand goes off Goodrow and in to give the Sharks their first lead of the night, technically, as they lead by a goal to make it 2-1. But like I just said, don't ever count out the Ottawa Senators. They don't get rattled. They don't get pushed easily. And they always find a way to get back into it and to win it. As with just about a minute left in the second period of play, you knew it was going to happen after Zetterlund hit the post earlier on in the second period of play. He's not going to do that again on a 2-on-1. He rips it top shelf. What a shot for Zets. That one has to feel good for him in his return to San Jose. An absolute bullet top shelf past Nedeljkovic. And Ottawa ties it at 2 after 40 minutes of play. That's Zetterlund's first goal in the last 11 games and second goal on the year. That one was beautiful. Unbelievable. That's what we want from Fabian Zetterlund. And hopefully that gets him going. Because again, that was a beautiful shot. My goodness. That was electric. And Ottawa, after 40, is tied with the Sharks and lead in shots 20-13. So, again, the Senators are dominating in shots. They're dominating in attempts. They're dominating in, frankly, everything, but just not goals. And yes, look, you can say, well, the Ottawa Senators should be finding more ways to score and scoring more, sure. But with the way the game ended, I'm not going to say anything. Ultimately, they scored the amount of goals they needed to score to get the job done. So I think that's a null point. I saw a lot of people saying, oh, well, they're not scoring enough. Well, you know what? They scored enough tonight, right? So I can understand the reasons for concern in terms of you're getting a lot of good looks, a lot of good possession, and you're just not finding a way to score. But sometimes that's just the way she goes. You know what I mean? That's just the way she goes. So with that, let's get to the third period of play. And 13 minutes in, holy cow, Jake Sanderson. What a stretch pass. Zone to zone. Springs Nick Cousins and Drake Batherson alone on a 2-0. Back to Cousins, who pulls off a move. It's on the goal line. Stützle jams it home. Sens lead by a goal again. It's 3-2 Senators. Unbelievable. Thank you, Tim Stützle. Second point of the night. Thank goodness. He was crashing the net there and jammed it home. They give Ottawa the goal late. It's a 3-2 Senators lead. Unreal feed by Jake Sanderson. And the Senators are up by a goal. Again, I understand why Batherson passed it there. I mean, I think he probably thought Cuzzy was just going to tip it in. Kind of like what we saw with McTavish the other night against the Ducks. But you know what? We don't ask how, we ask how many. And that's the third goal for your Ottawa Senators tonight. Thank goodness for that. As your Sens win 3-2 over the San Jose Sharks. They lock it down in the final few minutes. Ullmark's forced to make a couple of big stops, and Ottawa gets it done. They outshoot the Sharks 27-19 tonight. Both power plays 1 for 5. Ottawa's power play as of late has not looked great. Now, to be fair, they have scored a power play goal in each of the last 2-3 games. So, technically, I'm wrong on that point. But if you look at the last, 25 power plays, they've only scored on 3 of them. That's not great, especially considering the fact the Sens power play was top 5 for majority of the year up until this point. So that needs to get going, but luckily the Sens at 5-5 are so much better this year, especially compared to last year. So because of that, they're still finding ways to win, and it's not hurting them as much as it used to. The Sharks power play went 1 for 5, so the penalty kill did their job today. No complaints there. While Ottawa also dominated in the faceoff circle, winning more than 60% of the faceoffs. Claude Giroux won 17 of 21 tonight. That is absurd. G Money is so money in the faceoff dot. So with that, let's get to the game notes. Firstly, Ottawa, as I already said, starting off this trip 4-4. Again, all you want at the minimum, again, this is the minimum, but you at least want to hit the minimum, is at least get 500 on the road. At least half the points on the road on this road trip. You have a very, very, very tight Atlantic and Eastern Conference as a whole. You just need to keep on grabbing them points. You know what I mean? Like you're the cookie monster, but the point monster, not the cookie monster. And they're doing just that. So that's great to see. Again, starting off a tough road trip with back-to-back big wins. Beautiful. And as I already said, points in 13 of their last 15 as well. They're now as well tied for first in the Atlantic Division with the Tampa Bay Lightning with 26 points. So, holy cow. Just imagine the scene with Brady Tkachuk back. I mean, it's hard not to bite yourself or pinch yourself and just try to wake yourself up from what a dream this is, you know? So, this is some of the most fun hockey I've watched in some time. 5-1-1 in the last 7 as well. So, points in 6 of 7. I'm not going to do it. So again, this is just beautiful hockey by your Ottawa Senators. Travis Green hockey as well. He deserves a lot of credit because that defense has really helped this team just grind out wins. So speaking of that, let's take a look at some stats. Tim Stützle, 5 points in the last 5 games, including 3 goals. Tonight was fantastic in just under 23 minutes of ice time. 2 points, including the game-winning goal, 4 shots, 6 scoring chances, 6 hits as well. And just look at those advanced analytics at 5-on-5. I mean, he was all over the place. Sure, bad turnover there on the San Jose Sharks' second goal of the night, but other than that, he was dominant as usual. And without Tkachuk in the lineup, he stepped up in a big way, becoming the guy when he needed to be, and that's just exactly what we wanted to see. Now, Fabian Zetterlund, in his return to San Jose, played just under 16 minutes of ice time, scoring the go-ahead goal at a time with a goal tonight, 2 shots, 4 scoring chances, and if you look at those at 5-on-5 advanced analytics, I mean, he was just dominating. As usual, I mean, Zetterlund away from the puck is one of the best players on this team, no doubt about it. It's just about putting the puck in the back of the net because that's what he's paid to do, right? So, great to see him get on the board here, and hopefully that continues because, again, a Zetterlund that's firing for your Ottawa Senators is great news because we need more goal scoring, obviously, and what team says no to more goal scoring ultimately, right? So, hopefully this is just the beginning of starting some momentum for Fabian Zetterlund. Now, Thomas Chabot, look at your screen here, got hurt late in the third period taking a shot, which is not a great sign because if you're getting hurt taking a shot, yikes. However, in the post-game celebration line when you're hugging the goalies and whatnot, he seemed to be okay. I'm going to check Twitter right now just to double check, just to make sure that I'm not talking out of my butt and that he is okay. So let's see, Gary Ock's Twitter feed, nothing here. I don't see anything. I mean, check Julian McKenzie. Gonna keep you guys for the ride. I'll just keep the camera rolling. Anything there? Seems like nothing really to report here. I'll check one more account. No, so I don't see anything on Chabot, so he should be okay. But for Monday's game, we'll have an update on that, of course. So speaking of that, the next Sens game is on Monday at 9 o'clock against the LA Kings as they look to rectify the loss the other day against the Kings with a win at 9 o'clock on Amazon Prime. So with that, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all then. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below as always. And of course, go Sens go!